back to the Valley, the old farm, and we are going to be doing some harvesting today, but you can see we have 12 contracts active. This is all of the hay and silage contracts that were available, and I've got a couple of them running. So I borrowed kit from 2 contracts. One of them included the Thor bale, which does allow me to get a little bit cheaty. So I've got the Thor bale on the back of the Big M doing silage contracts. Don't hate me. And then we've got a Fendt 1000 running the Elho mowers with the tedder on the back, making the hay. And then what I'll do is once all the hay fields are mown, I send the quick bale round to bale it, because that essentially windrows as it goes. Yeah, so don't hate me. We are going to borrow a little bit of cash because I want to do the combine the barley field, but I want to buy ourselves a new grain trailer. We'll be able to pay it back pretty quickly with a bit of forestry or these contracts. So, and I've got these ultimate trailers installed. I think they may be Lizard branded because I might have had them installed when I was on PS4 and I basically duplicated the mods list. I'm not certain. They might be Lizard branded anyway. But I've not used these before. I think they're kind of cool. Gives us the option to have a decent sized grain trailer, 18,000 litres, and a nearly 35,000 litre silage trailer, so a 20,000 litre grain trailer. So I think that's going to work quite nicely for us. At some point I'm going to be buying cornfield, so we're going to need a silage trailer. It's actually quite a long drive, I think, the cornfield that I've got in mind, so we're probably going to need a couple of trailers to do that. So you will see scattered around the farm abandoned kit from the baling contracts that I've got. I kind of cherry picked from the 2 as to what I needed. Yeah, I forgot to record leasing the combine. So we have the New Holland TX32. I'm not sure if this is Giants or a separate mod. It's cost about $4,000 to lease. So yeah. The nice thing about using the Thor bow, you will see a really ridiculous number on Simple Inspector. It makes 50,000 litre silage bales, which are quite good when you're doing lots of silage contracts. Yeah. Basically, we need to earn a ton of cash to pay for the 3 fields we need to buy. So I think most of that cash is going to come from excess silage, and we're going to get that in 2 ways. Ways 2. First way, we're doing, I think there's about 4 or 5 hay contracts. My plan is, or what I actually did is, once I had baled enough hay to complete the contracts, I switched to making normal size hay bales, and I'm keeping those for feeding the animals. And then that means we will, when we mow our grass, I'll silage that, and that will give us loads of silage, and maybe actually we'll have enough that we can sell some of it. So that was kind of my thought. Yeah, so that's how you know, we end up with a decent amount of silage to sell at the end. Anyway, or by sell I mean put through the mini BGA. You'll see at the end how much excess we get off of these contracts. So it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. But hey, you know, not hey, silage is part of playing the game, isn't it? And not something that I often do, but I'm playing this one a little bit more relaxed, and it's kind of fun. So yeah. Anyway, weird start to the week for me. Had someone new start at work, and that's made it very busy at work. It's Thursday when I'm finishing this up, and at the end of the day yesterday, I actually fell asleep at work. I know, it's really bad. It's really bad. I'd pretty much finished everything, and I was just kind of chilling out a bit before I drove home, and I woke up about 10 minutes later, and then packed up and drove home. So that was fun. And then when I got home, I fell asleep again. I was exhausted. I'm so tired. Doing back-to-back office commutes is not fun. And they were not fun commutes this week. Both days, the drive home took me... Actually, the drive home yesterday took me nearly 3 hours. A combination of new roadworks on the M25 and the M3, both of which are extending my journey significantly. And lots of traffic. There seems to be lots of traffic about. So, yeah. Not sure why all these people are driving places. They should stay at home. Working at home is much better. But kind of couldn't because I had a new person starting and needed to spend some time with them, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm very, very tired. It's kind of nothing new, is it? Oh, and neither is that. It's nothing new either. Yeah, I would say this is quite a nice old setup, except, you know, my the case clearly isn't because it's electric. The idea I had in my head when I was doing this convert, and I didn't really do it anyway properly to reflect it, was, you know, wrecked Tesla. You take the motor and batteries and you put them in a tractor, that kind of thing. I know, probably wouldn't work. All this kind of torque, horsepower, power plant wouldn't be able to fit the battery in. But that was what was in my head. You know, maybe you got the electric motors from a wrecked Tesla, you converted the tractor and figured the battery out magically. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of what was in my head. There we go. There's our haymaking setup, which is kind of fun. I'm really liking reverse drive tractors at the moment. I'm seriously considering on at least one save getting myself a reverse drive tractor and a set of mowers that will work with it properly, because it is a lot of fun. I wasn't driving this, but it's good fun. It's good fun. So just looking for where the next hay baling contract is. And I don't have auto drive installed on here, so we'll use the base game. I was actually quite surprised. The base game helper, moving stuff around the map on here, works quite well. So that was cool. That is quite cool. Yeah. So we'll go field 20 something. You can see there's quite a lot of fields that we've got lit up. So we'll send this guy off and yeah, crack on with the combining. No, that's not how I want you to do things. Go into the menu and then drop the marker down and then we'll be good. Yeah. If you know this map, you'll know I put the marker in slightly the wrong place, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, we need to move these couple of signage bales. It's absolutely typical that there are only 2 signage bales on the field and one of them happens to be in the way. Yeah, I really like this. This is partly the result of me talking to Mark when he was updating stuff, adding the contracting setups to mods. I really like it when modders do that. You know, it's kind of cool. I think playing with it with this has convinced me that I may end up buying a quick bale on here. So that eventually we don't have to borrow stuff to do contracts. I kind of like when I get to that point. We could do the bigger mowing setup for that as well. But yeah, it certainly made getting these 12 contracts done a much quicker job. Much quicker job. As opposed to combining this field with a 4-meter header, which was a bit of a dumb move. I was torn between a few different combines and I think I picked the worst option, but it was very cheap. So my plan is probably to windrow the straw so that we don't have to spend quite so much time baling. My other plan is I'm going to keep this combine on lease until the wheat's ready. We'll combine the wheat and then we'll return it. And I'm probably going to leave the straw on the ground until that point, and we'll do both fields of straw in one hit. So yeah, next time I'll probably be doing the grass silage. I don't know, I might put that in the clamp, not to do the cheaty chaff trick, but more because I think it'll probably end up going in the BGA, and that's kind of easier doing that. That worked quite well, getting it in the BGA. We could use the forage picker. I could use belts now. I'm on here because I can get the belt that picks up off the floor. more easily. Yeah, a whole load of options. It even. I wonder if I could run belts across the yard and get it to... No, that would be dumb. That would be dumb, but maybe funny. I did that on... Chellington. But it wasn't going that far. It wasn't going that far. That was probably a more sensible option, is just loading trailers with something. And in that case, maybe bailing it would be easier. I don't know. In Thor bailing it would be easier because we got like 3 bales and we'd be done. Another mod actually that I added into this to make what I was doing slightly easier with the silage contract, I added in the unload partial bales script. So that I could unload a part bale, because with 50,000 litre bales, that can be a problem. So yeah, we're cutting in now. I did 3 headlands, as you can see, and that was just about enough. This thing is a bit of a boat to turn, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. You can see we've now got mown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the fields. But making decent progress through these contracts. In case you don't know, maybe interested, maybe not, mowing the field on a grass working contract is 20% of the work, total work, and 80% of it is delivering stuff. It doesn't seem to count the bathing, I don't think. So yeah, just how that works. But yeah, so next job is going to be doing our grass work, and that's kind of why I didn't really show too much of me doing these contracts, but I wanted to get them done, and using Courseplay to do them while I was doing this was a nice way of me being time efficient, which is always a good thing when time is short, and time is always pretty short. I'm not going to go in the whole philosophical life is short thing, because that's not going to be a good idea. It's good to be back proper. I say back properly. It's been a bit of a weird week. Got a schedule done this week, managing to stick to it, which is good. Gonna try and keep doing that. Whether next week might be okay. It might start slow again. Depends what I can get done in the next few days around creating content. Yeah, we'll have to see. We're just gonna have to see. I'm away a little bit next week, so yeah, that might be okay. It might not. It depends how tiring the travelling is. Again, I do find travelling so tiring at the moment. That's really hit me over probably the last, it's going to sound quite a long time period, over the last 5 years, I would say. And I've got 5 years older in that time. That the commute to work is a lot more tiring. And it takes me a bit of time to recover from it. Normally, if I was doing 2 days back to back in the office, I would stay overnight, but hotels were quite expensive this week where I was going to be staying, and I didn't want to pay that much, so instead I spent an extra 4 hours of my life in the car. And when you put it that way, it seems less expensive. When you take off the fuel cost and then the difference, per hour of my time, it suddenly becomes a lot less money. But, I made that choice, and I have to live with it. So I'm just having a quick skim of ModHub, and the Kelso Forestry crane had an update. It's only it's a pretty minor one to work with the work camera mod, which I don't use on here, so yeah. I was excited when I saw it updated, but it's not really a massive update for how I play, so that's not really important. We do have to refertilize the alfalfa fields as well. Yeah, I got those alfalfa bales put away pretty quickly after we finished last time. What I like about this trailer is you can adjust the tip angle. Modders, please do more of that. It's brilliant. It's an excellent feature. Being able to limit the tip angle is really good. Really good. I really like it. It's going to make me use these trailers more probably in cases where I will have case tractor, where I'll be having tractors going into things where height is limited. Yeah, I think that's a really nice feature. I think it's really nice. I do like the pairing of the New Holland combine and the case tractor. Although it would have been nice if I'd got the bigger header. I really forgot how small the header is on this combine. I don't think I've used this combine since Calmsden. It's obviously quite a long time ago. Yeah, it's quite a long time ago. So, I guess, as I say, next month actually is 2 months away still, is FarmCon, which I'm not going to because it's going to cost me a lot of money and travelling is quite complicated and it's another really busy period at work. But I guess there's a lot of speculation about there's going to be some announcements at FarmCon. I guess, whether it's a new game, who knows? A bit of me. So because I don't know, you might say a bit of an arse, depends on how you think of it. There are 2 reasons that I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And there's always 2 reasons, I know. I would quite like them to not announce a new game at FarmCon. 1, because we're at the point now where we're starting to get lots of really cool mods. It always takes modders quite a long time, relatively, to get to the point where they're producing the really cool mods. I would much rather have had Season Pass 3, even if Season Pass 3 cost a little bit more to keep Giants funded, and maybe, for that bit more cost was a bit cooler. And we kept the game for another year. That would have been my preference. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, I think it would be really funny for all these, definitely Farm Sim 25, these are the features and the crops and all this stuff, videos that I keep seeing, because there is nothing official announced that there's even a new game yet. It's all speculation. That's why I did that stupid little short, if you've seen it or not, about everything we definitely know about FS25, which is nothing. We don't even know FS25 exists yet. People will know, obviously. People who work at Giants will have been working on it if it exists. I suspect some of the high-level partners may know, but they're obviously very heavily NDA'd. They may not yet. Who knows? Yeah. But a bit of me would really like that it's going to be FS26, not 25. And I guess it might be anyway, because by the time it comes out in like November, if it comes out this year, they might name it that way. Anyway. So. But yeah. It would be my preference. 1 more year, please, Giants. Because I have that much power. Yeah. Headache update. Don't know if I've done one of those recently. The headaches are okay. Sorry, that's my phone. I'm just unlocking my phone because what I've remembered is I'm almost out of medication, and so I did an online thing with our local surgery to try and arrange either seeing the doctor or just getting some more medication. So I was looking to see if I'd heard anything, which I haven't yet. Yeah, the new headache meds are going well. I'm not sure if I'm seeing some mood effects with them. Not sure, but I'm seeing the consultant next week. So, yeah, something that I will talk to him about. Having some quite low periods, but I don't know if that's the medication or life. We'll see. Nothing that I can't cope with, but there's been a lot of life stuff which could be causing it, so it might not be the medication. But in general, the medication has been really, almost life-changing. I've had, since I've been taking it, I think I've had no more than 3 really bad headaches. I've had maybe 2 or 3 instances of my vision going funny, rather than like daily really bad headaches, or almost daily, like at least every other day. Yeah, it's brilliant. It was kind of frustrating, obviously, that I've had to wait so long, and it seems to be a bit of a faff getting regular access to the medication. The last batch of meds that I was prescribed was based on the initial dose that I was given by the consultant rather than the dose that I'm taking now, which means it hasn't really lasted very long. So hopefully I can get all of that sorted pretty soon, and that'll be good. Waiting to hear from one of the other medical people things, which will sort out another set of treatment for them if they get really bad. So one of the treatments they use is oxygen treatment. If you get really bad headache, apparently taking oxygen can help cure it, or stop it, not cure. And arranging that has been a bit of a faff. Basically, they like to phone you to talk to you first, and the first 2 times they tried to phone me, I missed the phone call, and managed to get that last week, and I'm now waiting for them to write to me with the appointment to go talk to them, so that I can then get that arranged, which will be good. That'll be really handy. Having something, so I have medication which will stop the really bad headaches, and I know I've spoken about this before, but they leave me feeling so wrecked the next day. Basically, the rest of the day, if I take them, is gone, and the next day I will feel like I've had a good night out the day before without the good night out. I'm hoping that using something like oxygen will not have that effect. So yeah, that would be really good. Being able to stop them without having to take drugs in will be really nice. A little bit of in-cab work. I've just realised this is actually quite a long video, and that's maybe why I'm running out of stuff to ramble about. Yeah, definitely running out of stuff to ramble about. We had the update to Animal Food Editions. It released on Tuesday, I think it was. So I haven't done any content on. Well, I have. I did a preview video of it. One of the big changes in that, and it's kind of weird talking about it because I'm not running Maze Plus on here, but one of the big changes in it is that the feeding and the inputs and outputs, I'm not say feeding, but the inputs and outputs for all of the other animals. So cows were sorted in the Animal Food Editions of Maze Plus, but all of the other animals now, if you're running Animal Food Editions, have been adjusted. I have a feeling that it makes them easier to make money from, but I haven't run the numbers yet. But what I have done is, if you go on to the Maze Plus or my Discord, I've done a PowerPoint PDF of what the changes are, so that you can easily look at them, and it compares them to base game and old Animal Food Editions. So you can have a look, you can see what's changed. And the other big change that some people seem to, I guess people who hadn't watched the video and maybe didn't understand it, is that when you're running the Animal Food Editions now, your animal pens will hold at least a month's worth of food. And when I say at least a month, what that means is if they already hold more than a month's worth of food, the capacity doesn't change. But if they don't hold a month's worth of food, it will be increased, which again, I think is very cool. Expandable pastures has also been updated, and it's kind of disappointing. I'm a little bit disappointed with Giants on that one, because the update was basically to remove the animal feed increase as you expand the pasture, and it took them 2 weeks to sort getting that update online, which I think is pretty poor when it's, almost a mod breaking problem. But I can't control that. We can't control that. I think they, from what I'm seeing, I think they're really short on mod testers at the moment. My gut feel, and I'm not knocking the ones that are there. They do their job. They're just normal people. But it feels like they're very short on mod testers at the moment. So yeah, that is what it is. It's, I've said a couple of times, I know how hard it is to recruit people at the moment. You know, if you're looking for a particular type of person. So it is what it is, as I sometimes say, to fill space. There's other things. I didn't do much Twitch last week because I was quite busy. We did 2 Terra Life Alpha streams, one on my channel, one on Paul's channel. But then I didn't do much more than that. Been playing around with the setup a bit. I think I've got it a bit better. Found an interesting one actually. I did a little bit on Tuesday night, and I have 2 chargers for the laptop, and I was using one that I bought more recently, which is a smaller brick, but reading the labels is supposed to be exactly the same power output. But the laptop didn't seem to be performing as well on that one. I was getting a bit less FPS and quite a lot of sort of big FPS drops. And I did some tests last night going back to the one that I normally use, and I got back up to near 60 FPS and none of those dropouts, which is really weird, because reading the labels, they are apparently the same output, but they're a different brand. They're both bought from PC Specialist, but they're a different brand, different size, and so I suspect they're not actually the same, which is interesting. We've got slightly different connectors as well. Yeah, if you've not used a gaming laptops are very sensitive to the power going in as to how well they will perform. If they are not getting their full juice feed, they will not perform as well. Anyway, that's the harvest done. So we'll have a quick look at how much barley we got off that field. That was a field that I brought planted, so yeah, kind of a bonus crop. Not sure what we're going to be planting next time round. But yeah, I love that you can set this trailer to not tip all the way up, you know, with like a silo here, with a silo that's inside. This is brilliant. Such a good feature. So time-saving stock check, we have 36,000 litres of barley. That's not bad. It's going to be worth 40 grand when we come to January. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, contracts are all done. We've mown everything. Everything I need to deliver is up at the animal dealer, which is where it all needs to go. And we have 22 125 centimetre hay bales left off of the hay contracts. I'm just going to jump up to the animal dealer where the hay and silage bales are waiting to be delivered. So, got the McCormick here. I don't know why I didn't switch the lights on initially. Apologies for the fact that it is very dark. I was clearly in the dark a little bit myself. Yeah, so I've got a trailer with the silage bales that we need to deliver to finish all the silage contracts, and then we've got a stack of the hay bales that I need to deliver to finish all the hay contracts. And then we'll collect all of the monies and be more richer. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. So it's quite funny because these bales are so huge, they actually take a little while to disappear and register. But you can see the percentage complete going up on the contracts HUD. So there we go. You can see contracts finishing. Nice jobs, a good one. And yeah, I got the maths just about right. We end up selling a tiny excess for once it's processed through £1 grand. So yeah, pretty much got my maths spot on the silage ones. And up at the farm, I'll show you in a bit, we've got over 200,000 litres of silage to go through the BGA as well. So it's pretty nice. Pretty happy with that. And then the hay contract. So these are all the hay bales that we need to deliver. And then, yeah, we've got 22 125 centimetre hay bales So those are normal size hay bales. The quick bale is set up so if you make the smaller bales, you get normal size ones, so you can use them for feeding and stuff. So yeah, that's going to be enough hay that I think we can comfortably make silage this cut. Maybe even just sell that. I'll see how much silage we've got stored. Really good for finances. And I think, what was it, 200 and something thousand pounds we need to make the fields. This might cover all of that. This might cover all of that with the contracts and then selling the silage. We'll see. We'll see. I still need to put all of the silage through the BGA. That won't take that long with how fast the BGA process is, but don't do it in this video. So I'll maybe put that through next time. I need to start using the digestate up as well. Yep, so let's get these delivered. And again, you'll see the same for the 4 hay contracts. Don't know if I got the maths quite so good on this one. We'll see in a moment. How much did we sell excess? Yeah, 900. It's pretty good, actually. I'm pretty pleased with that. So back at the farm, as a 22 normal 125 centimetre hay bales to stick up in the store. We've actually got a reasonable number of silage bales stored up there. So something that I'm pondering with this save, and I might as well say it now, once we've done a bit more, maybe finish out this year, so run to like August, I am very tempted to add Maize Plus in now. I'm very tempted because we've got alfalfa on here and stuff as well. I'm very tempted, but we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of nice having the simplicity, but the animals feel so uninteractive, if that's the right word. I don't even know if that is a word, but which was always my complaint early on in FS22. The cows do seem to be grazing, which is really nice. They are taking food in. I need to check the grazing buffer, but they are actually taking grass off that field now, which is good. And then, yeah, we've got these. I think there are 6 bales here, 5 of which are full 50,000 litre bales. And then there's this one. So there's 259,000 litres of silage to put through the BGA. So it's going to be really cool. Anyway, I say thank you to the patrons and YouTube channel members. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Comments, questions, or suggestions below, and then let's redeem these contracts. And because I've written down the number, this is about 130 grand's worth of silage and hay contracts, which is awesome. See you next time, folks.